everyone. So we'll just wait for some 2-3 minutes and then we'll start. Okay.
Sir, can you please take a doubt?
Yeah, I'll be taking the doubt.
Sir, I've shared it in chat box. It's
Yeah,
from
we'll
tutorial number 3, week 4. Sir, can you find it or should I share it again?
I didn't get that. But tutorial is already been discussed, right? So tutorial videos I haven't seen. So how can I like
No, I've shared that question in the comment box.
okay.
Morning, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, is this the revision session right now for week
Yeah,
3 and
yeah.
4?
This will be a revision session. So first we'll just go through the 3 and 4th week. So, and we're discussing the basic concepts, whatever is there in the week 3 and 4, and then we'll try to solve some 3-4 problem from each week, and those are like very important. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
sir.
So at least you should be going through these questions that we'll be discussing today. That will help you in the paper that is going to happen day after tomorrow, I guess.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So I'll just wait for some 2-3 minutes more, I guess.
Good morning, sir.
Yeah. Good morning.
Sir, I would like a small query, sir.
Yeah.
So, like in MSQ questions, even if I choose like three options and one is wrong, so I get 0 marks total. Like there is no
Yeah.
negative mark, even if I like not partially correct, sir.
Yeah, you'll get 0 if you're just if you have one incorrect options. Otherwise, everybody will mark 4 options and some of them will be correct, right?
Mm-hmm. Okay, sir.
So for those options which you are not sure, you should not be marked. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll just discuss this question. Mayank has said this. See, which of the following polynomial, it may be a monomial or a constant, should be added to the polynomial this to make it divisible by x plus 9. If you'll write it in the statement form, if you'll write it like so px basically is a polynomial, just find out what the which are the roots of this polynomial. Can you find the roots of this polynomial? So one will be 0. What is the other two roots? Just calculate the roots of this equation, okay? And then just give me 1 minute. I'll just open my laptop also. It is pretty simple question. So basically, you just have to find the first calculate the root. So why I'm asking you to calculate the root, because that will help you. So you will be having three roots now. 1 to 0 is pakka, and then you can find it from the quality equation that will be left. Okay, you can take x common, and then you'll be left with a quality equation. You can calculate the roots. Okay, and then you can write it something like x plus 9 multiplied with, so there will be some remainder, right? So the remainder you need to you need to find the remainder, correct? Are
Yes,
you
sir.
able to hear me, Spank?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, so you need to find the remainder. So you can just add remainder at some ax square. So basically you are dividing a cubic equation, right? You're dividing a cubic equation with a equation that has a degree 1. So maximum the remainder can be in the form of quality equation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can just add it something like ax square plus bx plus c as a remainder. And the whole equation you can write it like this polynomial multiplied with x plus 9 plus some remainder, correct? Okay, I'll write it, then you'll be able to understand better, I guess. Or you're able to
No,
understand
sir, I'm not
whatever
able
I'm
to
saying.
understand like this, sir.
Yes,
You're not able to understand?
yes, sir. We
No,
have to
sir.
see the equation. Only then we can understand.
You can write the equation. Okay, I'll write it down. 1 second. Let me share my screen.
So it's written that we have to subtract something. Doesn't that mean we have to subtract the remainders that we are getting?
No, remainder you should be adding, right? Okay.
I'm
See,
sorry. Add.
to make it as a proper divisible with x plus 9, we should be adding the remainder, correct?
Yes, sir. Like I am getting remainder 45, but here it's
Then,
minus 45.
then what's the issue?
But C and D are also correct options. I don't know. I'm not getting how they are correct.
Because after adding C means the option of C and D also it will be divisible. It could be divisible, sir.
That also can be possibility. Like you can get
Yeah.
more than one remainder.
Yes.
Yes. When you add 45 to the 5x, then x plus 9 is like multiply it by 5 times, then it will give you 5x plus 40.
See, what I will say is like you can solve it even for hit and trial also you can do, but that can take much time. But you can
Yes.
solve in that way also. You can just write it this equation as px multiplication of x plus 9 and then plus remainder. So that will be your polynomial. Okay. And as you already know that 0 and 2 more roots will be satisfying this, correct? So you can just put all those value wherever you will be putting this will get cancelled, right? Because these are the zeros. 0 and the other two values that the quality equation you will be getting. You will be having 3 roots, correct? And you have already added ax square plus bx plus c. So whenever you will be putting some values, this will get cancelled. So you'll be left with some equation in the form of ABC. Okay, and then you can calculate ABC. Did you get the idea?
Excuse
No,
me,
or
sir. I
yes?
just joined. Which question, sir? This one question paper?
Yeah, so one guy I just posted in the chat box. So that only I was discussing.
Okay, thank you.
If you haven't understood now also, okay, I'll write it down and then maybe that will help you.
Yes, sir. It would be helpful if you do. Sir, I have one more doubt from mock test, sir.
So that we'll discuss in the end, okay?
Okay, sir.
Because I need to go through the second and third, like the week's content first, and then. So whatever I have thought of to discuss, some questions which will help you for sure. I don't know whether the question that you will be asking will be help other people or not. But whatever I'll be discussing from the second and third week, that will help you, okay, in the paper. So that's why first I'll discuss that and then I'll so the other one. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Thanks. So where is that? So did you got the slide that we have discussed in the last session?
No, sir.
You didn't got the slide. Okay.
Sir, access is denied. Like it's asking for access.
Okay. But I already told them to upload that.
Yeah, recording is there, but the PDF is not. In the calendar, the event under event that last night, the recording is there, but not PDF.
Okay. Can you see the screen now? My screen? No?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I'll just discuss first your questions. So whatever you have asked. So is this fine or should I do it in the landscape mode? This one is not fine.
So it's fine.
Okay. So what was the question? So you were having some polynomial, correct? Okay, and some polynomial. What was that polynomial? Okay, randomly I'm taking something. So it will be same question.
The
Or
polynomial
maybe-
you can take, sir. 2x cube plus 2x square plus 40x.
40x. Okay, and then you have that you are dividing dividend is what you are dividing with some
Yeah,
X plus
X plus 9.
divisible by x plus 9.
x plus 9, correct? So any number whenever you are dividing with something, let's for example you are dividing 45 with 2. Okay, so there will be some remainder, correct? And whatever the quotient that you are getting, okay, let's for example you'll be getting 22. So basically the quotient that you are getting, you'll multiply with the thing that the number that you are dividing, okay, plus some remainder r, and that will be equal to 45, correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So in the same way you can write for this equation also. Okay, so polynomial, if you are dividing x plus 9 if you are dividing, so it will get divided, so there will be some x plus 9 you are multiplying with some qx, correct? There will be some quotient that will be getting here, and if you multiply and then add the remainder rx, that will be equals to the polynomial px or not. So this is basically px, and this is the quotient that you are, sorry, this is not the quotient, that quotient will be the one, this value, okay, and then you are multiplying and then adding the remainder, you'll be getting the polynomial, exact polynomial, correct or not? And this I already told you, this is in the form of the, what is the degree for this equation?
6, sir.
6
Sir,
degree
3, sir.
3, 3.
degree is 3, correct? And for this equation the degree is
1.
1.
degree is 1. So if you are dividing, you will be maximum, you will be getting what? The degree as 2 maximum, I'm saying you can get 1 also. So if you are getting maximum 2, that means a quality equation, then you can add the remainder as something like this, ax square plus bx plus c, correct? Correct or not?
Yes, sir. Yes.
If you can add it like this, then what you can do is you have x square plus, now you already know the square root of this equation. Square root you can square root, like the root you can calculate, not the square root. You can calculate the root. So what are the root? One is the x equals to 0. If you put x equals to 0 here, you'll get 0. So one is the 0. And the other two also you can calculate. 2x square plus 2x plus 40, or you can say that x square plus x plus 20. So you can calculate the root. So you'll be having some two roots, correct? So that root, if you are putting, let's for example, you are putting x equals to 0 here. If you'll put x equals to 0 here, you will get some value, correct? Are you able to hear me? If you are
Yes, yes.
putting x equals to 0 in this equation, what are you left with? You are left with 0, correct? So here it will be what? 0 equals to, okay, so if you are writing this form, you'll be left with here. So what are the other two roots? That first calculate the two other roots that you will be getting from this equation. Did you calculate that?
Sorry, sir. Can you repeat what you have just said?
I was saying that Okay, so x plus 9 was there, right? X plus 9 is there. Okay, so one thing you can do is put x plus 9, x equals to minus 9. If you'll put x equals to minus 9, this will get cancelled. Okay, now you'll be left with this value. A of minus 9 का whole square plus b of 9 plus c, and that will be equals to whatever the values that you're getting here. So this will be some p of minus 9.
So B of minus 9.
What are the values that you're getting?
Minus 9.
4 and 5.
Minus 9. What are the values that you're getting?
4 and 5, sir.
4 and 5. X square minus 5x plus 5x minus 4x. This is what you're getting.
Yes. 4 minus 5.
So here B of minus 9. Here it's in the equation of A into minus 9 squared plus B of minus 9. There.
Okay. What? Can you repeat that?
So please go down.
Okay.
In the last equation, you have write A into minus 9 whole square plus B of minus 9 there.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So that is fine. You'll be getting here. If you'll put here, you'll get some
So the
equation. So you're
roots are
getting
not real, sir, for that particular equation px. This is
Okay,
square
roots
plus
are not real.
20. Yeah, they're not real.
Yeah, 4 and 5 from nowhere it is satisfying this equation. This is positive, all are positive, so the roots can't be the positive value, that is for sure. How can if somebody you have an equation like this, 4 and 5 can't be the root?
If we divided it by x plus 9, then if we add this remainder, then we can get answer like this.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
so
can
one
simply
thing is
divide
like,
That was one method. But by this method, we are not getting all the options.
Yes, we are getting just one answer, that is minus 45.
And for other option, we can just check means if it will be divisible or not.
what?
Means sir, by checking just by dividing x plus 9 to the equation, we are getting one option. But for other option, what we can do? We can just
Okay,
put that.
okay. Let me read the question again.
Yes.
Yes, sir, actually 3 options are correct, sir.
Then I guess the only method that is left is to hit and trial method, I guess.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So
sir,
what
I
is-
also think that because without hit and trial method, there is no
See that.
approach.
So it will be difficult. So the only method that is left with whatever I have said, and then you will be getting some different value of A and then different value of B and different value of C. Correct, and then you can get the equation. But you can do that hit and trial, I guess, for this equation. Okay.
Yes.
So only add out of the two and then try to divide it. If that is divisible, then it's fine. Correct? Is it clear to you?
Sir, one more thing, sir, in tutorial, when sir found his first option right, that is 45, he used to add it to other options.
What?
राम बोल रहा है कुछ बताओ अगर राम सो रहा है
Okay.
जो ले रहा है तुम्हारा उसका लो
Please mute yourself, whoever is there. Okay. So what you can do? So that question you can divide it and then get the remainder whatever the value you are getting. See, you can
तुम
have
जानता है
more
ये सब
values
मेरा
also,
कैरेक्टर
right?
नहीं है
See,
काबड़ी
So he is not muting.
Correct.
Okay. See, you can get more number of terms also, right? Because you can add. See, whenever you are dividing even a exact number also 45 upon 2 or 45 upon maybe 4. Every time you can add some number, right, to make it a perfect divisible, correct? So, or you can just add whenever you are dividing 45 upon 4. So there can't be only exact one number, right, that will make it divisible by 4. So you can add first 3 number and then you can go in rotation. You can add 3 plus 4 also. Correct or not? To make it
Yes.
a divisible, perfect divisible of 40, like with 4. So every time you can add something to make it as divisible, right? So there can't be only one exact answer. Okay, if this is MSQ, then you need to check for all the 4 options, add it, and then check for whether they are divisible by 4, like the value or not. There's no other method, I guess. Because every time you can get some value. I can add some values and then you'll be able to maybe multiplication of some x plus, if it was divisible by x plus 9, I can add something that was divisible by x plus 9, right? And then that will make it divisible. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll discuss some more questions. So those are important. So after just going through the content, and this you are already aware of that week 3 and week 4 doesn't have much content, but yeah, one thing I can assure you is like most of the questions that you will see in the paper will be from week 3 and 4. From week 1, though I already told you week 1 is like is important, very important. You'll be having 2-3 questions from there. Week 2 is also important, but week 2, most of the questions that will indulge in wherever you will be asked about week 3 and 4 will be indulged. Okay, so if you are not aware of week 2, you'll not be able to solve week 3, week 4 questions also. Okay, so the basic concept about week 2, you should be knowing how to find the straight line equation if you have been given the data points or any other things. SSC is very, very, very important. Okay, must be getting some questions from there. So do practice those questions. Okay. I'll discuss one more question from SSC today. Okay, so if we'll be left with some time. So yeah, go ahead. Okay, if you don't have anything, I'll just start. So basically,
So I have a doubt from graded assignment.
No, I'll not be discussing it now. Yeah, I'll not be discussing it now. I'll finish whatever I've thought. Otherwise, it will not a revision session. It will be again a doubt session.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So do you guys join the TA session? I guess they do the doubt clearing sessions, right? They do, like they're discussing the previous term papers. I guess that will be very helpful for you if you just join those sessions. Okay. And at least solve the previous 2 term paper. At least if this is September, so try to solve the May paper and the January paper at least. These 2 at least solve you. You'll get much of the idea which topics are important, which are okay. Okay, are you guys clear? Everybody has solved that? Everybody has tried to do that? January and May term paper?
Sir,
Yes,
links
sir.
for
What?
where will we find the question paper?
I guess most of the people are already having that. You can get from your senior, maybe classmates. So all are spreaded. Like everyone is having. It's not on the portal, but you can get it. I guess if you can just contact someone, and I guess he'll be happy.
It's on the open notes site.
Yeah. Okay. So see, in the third week, now you just have to discuss about the quality equation. Okay, quality equation you already know, the polynomial or the having a degree second. Okay, and trust me, this week, if you are just aware of the basic 3-4 things, like how to calculate the vertices, how to calculate the slope at any point, 2-3 points, if you are aware, how do the plot will show if you have a coefficient is positive or negative. This much information if you have, and if you have just practiced some 10 questions from this, you'll be able to solve at least whatever the question that we'll be discussing. Okay, now after 2-3 minutes, at least solve those questions, and you'll be in a much better position to solve the exam questions also. Okay, so basically in the quadratic equation you don't have much things to discuss. You have equation in the form of x square plus bx plus c, and if you have a greater than 0, this plot will go upward. Correct?
Sir, can I ask some general query I have?
Yeah. What is that?
Sir, I am mailing since 1 month regarding my new registered mobile number, but sometimes I get a new mobile number message and sometimes my in previous mobile number. So, sir, I want to update my registered mobile number. I am facing problem and I am unable to attend the meetings also.
Okay, so that you can, if they're not responding, you can mail me. Okay, I'll just forward that and then they will do that. Okay.
Sir, I mailed it already many times. Since 1 month I
No,
am
mail
trying, but
me. Yeah. Okay, I'll you just same content. Mail me also. I'll forward it to the team. They will do that. Okay.
sir, where I have to
But my mail ID is vishal@study.iitm.ac.in.
sir, just
Okay. Yeah. So week 3. So week 3 quality question
sir,
we will
can you
discuss.
again repeat the Vishal dot
vishal@study.iitm.ac.in.
IITN?
Okay, I'll write it in the chat box. Okay.
Okay, sir.
It's there in the chat.
Yeah, it's there in the chat.
Sir, you are not audible.
Yeah. Okay. So, are you guys able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. See, for any quality equation that you have that will be in the form of x square plus bx plus c. Correct. And if you have the constant that will be given, the coefficient of the higher degree, okay, or the leading term, if that is positive, if a is positive, that will go upward. So this is the basic information that we should be knowing about the quality equation. And if this is a is negative, then it will go downward. And what is the vertices? How will you calculate the vertices?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what's
X
the
by the
vertices?
minus b. X is equal to minus b by 2, then we use x value in the equation. Then we got y.
Yeah, so you can calculate that because you already know that at vertices, whether it is going upward or whether it is going downward. Okay, at vertices, your slope will be what? What is the value of slope at the vertices?
0.
It will be 0. Okay, so you can do it by differentiation also. 2ax plus b equals to 0, and then you can get the value of b, right? Minus b by 2a. Okay, and how will you get the y coordinate? You can just put this value in the function to get the y coordinate. Okay, minus b by 2a. Correct.
Correct, sir.
Yeah, so this is the vertices that you should be knowing. Okay, you can't have any excuse to not remember this vertices minus b, or you know the method how to get that. But if you didn't read the differentiation, okay, you just remember minus b by 2a and then f of minus b by 2a as the vertices. This will help you everywhere in the question. Okay. Similarly, you can have a, okay, and what will be the value at, can you tell me whether this value, the y value that you have calculated, okay, tell me which one of the two x or y is the minimum value or the maximum value for this equation?
The y value is the minimum or maximum.
Yeah, so for if we
Depending
have a
upon the
parabola, yeah, if the parabola is going upward, will it be a maxima or minima?
Minimum, sir.
Minimum, sir.
Minima.
Yeah, so it will be minima if you have the parabola is going upward. Similarly, the same thing will happen. Okay, and what is the axis symmetry? What is the axis of symmetry?
Minus b by 2.
B by
Yeah,
2a.
so this is the axis of symmetry minus b by 2a. Similarly, if the parabola or the quality equation where the leading term is negative, so it will go downward. And this point, the vertices, whatever the vertices, can somebody repeat the vertices again?
Minus
Minus
b
b
by
by 2.
Yeah, minus b by 2a, and then you have a function
F of
function of
b by
minus
2a.
F of minus b by 2a.
Correct. Okay, so this will be your values. So, and tell me whether this f of minus b by 2a will be a maxima or a minima.
Maximum.
Maxima.
It's a maximum.
Yeah, that will be maxima, correct? So you'll be having a maxima at that point. And you can calculate the zeros, right? So the calculation of zero is pretty simple. You should not be knowing any like more than this method. If you are aware of this method or any of the method, only one method, it's well good, okay? Because nobody is going to ask you to solve any equation in that form, okay? Because it's not a hand like writing. You have to give the solution. You just have to mark the answer. Even though they're asking, okay, solve with this method, you can solve with any method that you are aware of that, and then you mark the answer. But nobody is going to ask that, I can guarantee you, those type of questions, okay? So roots, you should be knowing how to calculate the roots, and these three things that you should be knowing, okay? If d is equals to 0, you'll be getting one real root, and if d is less than 0, then you'll not be getting any real root, and d is positive, then you'll be getting two roots, okay? So this much you are already aware. So I'm gonna just, so this is the pretty simple week. This was not much concept, but yeah, in the questions I'll give you, and then maybe that will give you, have to try it out something, okay? So I'm giving you some questions. So this is clear, right? At least the basic concept, you are already aware of the quadratic equation, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start solving some on all these problems. Whatever 5 questions I'll be discussing are very important, okay? You can just revise it. At least this concept you should be revising it. Okay, let me open the question first. The first question is, you need to calculate slope of a line that passes through the vertices and y-intercept of qx equals to x square plus 10x minus 5. So 2-mark question. This is NAT. You need to type the answer. Calculate this.
Yes, sir, defined.
You got the calculated, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Anybody has any issue in this? Should I solve this?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Solve.
Yes, sir, shortly.
Okay. So what has been told here? You have been told that the slope, calculate the slope of a line. So you have to basically, so this type of questions is very probable to be asked because this is including the concept of week 3 and 2 also. So most of the question will be including like the 2 weeks of content, the concepts. Okay, the similar type of problem is very expected to be asked. So you need to calculate the slope of a line that passes through the vertices. So how will you calculate the vertices of this parabola or the
X
quadratic
is
equation?
equal to minus b by 2a. Then putting the equation
Okay.
we got y.
Yeah, so you have some brand this equation, and then what is the value of the vertices? Minus b by 2.
Minus 5.
Minus b by 2a. F of minus b by 2a.
What is the value that you are getting? What is the value that you are
Minus
getting?
Minus 5.
minus 5 comma 30. Minus 30.
Minus 5 comma minus 30 you'll be getting. Correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
1 point you have got. And so 1 point has been told. So to calculate the slope, you need at least 2 points. 2 points is needed. Correct? So what you will be doing is, you have the vertices, one vertices, and then you need to calculate the y-intercept. How will you calculate the y-intercept? I told you to calculate the y-intercept, put the value, put x equals to 0. So if you are putting x equals to 0, you'll be getting some values, correct? 0 comma minus 5. Okay, so now you have 1 point, A as this one and B as this one. You can calculate the slope. Okay, slope you can calculate by y2 minus
5.
y1
Slope is
upon
5.
x2 minus x1. Okay, and then you can calculate this minus 30 minus 5 and then minus 5 minus 0. Correct? I guess you'll be getting something 5.
Yes, sir. 5 is done.
Yeah. So this is clear, right? Okay. Now this is a difficult one that is, and try to solve this.
Please scroll the above page.
What? What? Can you repeat that?
Sir, can you go to previous slide, please?
Yeah. Tell me.
No, sir, it's okay.
Okay. So the second question is, basically you have to solve a problem where it has the information, just listen the information. So you have a quadratic equation, x square plus px plus q. And you are aware of the least possible value of y is 0. Then calculate.
Excuse me, sir.
The value of, yeah.
Sir, can I ask a question from previous question?
I'm discussing something, right? So we'll discuss in the end only. Okay, after finishing whatever we have planned to finish it, I told you, right, whatever I'm discussing is like the most important concept that will be facing the week 3 and 4. And after that, we'll discuss whatever your doubt is. Okay?
No, sir, from last slide, sir.
Okay, last slide. You told previous. Okay, what is that?
Previous. Sir, the line we are getting is going downwards. So its slope should be negative, no? From the graph. If you will see the graph.
Going down. So any equation, this straight line is going downward, right? Okay, but the slope is positive, correct?
So, sir, but this is going upward, no? Make it,
What?
like this line is going upward, but
Any line you can say that the way it can go downward also, you can go upward also, the same line, right?
Okay, sir.
The straight line doesn't, the slope doesn't depend whether it is going, so the slope only depends on what is the angle that it is making to the x-axis. Okay. So what is the value of the tan theta that is making with the x-axis? The slope doesn't depend whether it is going upward or downward. Okay. The slope basically depends on following the angle that it's making. Okay, in the anti-clockwise direction with the x-axis. Nothing else.
Can you
Is it
show
clear?
the latest slide?
Yeah.
So
So
you
this
can
is the
continue.
question. Yeah. So basically you have a equation been given and then you have been said that basically you have been told that the least possible, so this equation will be having the least possible value for this equation is 0. Then you have to calculate the value of q and there has been option been given. P square by 4, P by 2, P square by 4 minus Q, and then you have D equals to 0. 2 marker, or maybe a 4 marker. Okay.
Option A.
Let everybody try this and then. Did you solve that?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so everybody try this.
Yes, sir.
Excuse me, sorry. Okay.
Right, but not solved. Not able to solve.
Oh. Let's solve this. See, you have an equation something like this. Everybody just listen to this question carefully. This is your question, okay? So the first question is x square plus px plus q, correct? Can you expand this? Expand this mean because the y, the minimum value of this x is the minimum possible value, the least possible value for this equation is 0, okay? So what can I try is I will just try to do it something like this. X square, I can just make it in the form of some perfect square. So x square plus, then you can change it into, can you write this in this way? P by 2, you can write it, correct? I've just divided and multiplied this
Yes.
center with 2 and 2. Okay, and then you are left with what? Then you can to make it a perfect square of x and x plus p by 2 or x minus p by 2. What you can do is you can just add p square by what? You should be adding p square by
4.
4. You should
4.
be adding, correct? And then if you are adding p square by 4 because it was not available, you should be subtracting p square by 4 also, correct?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. And then what is left is q. Now you can write it something like this: x plus p by 2 ka whole square, correct? This y is equals to this, and then what is the other value? Q
Which
minus
step, sir?
p
P
square
minus
by
p
4.
square by
This is what you
2,
do.
sir.
What?
Minus p square by q.
What? Can you repeat that?
This, sir. Minus p
Okay.
square by 4.
Why did we add that? This is what you're asking.
Yes, yes.
Yeah. I told you, right? This equation can we write in this form? X
Suppose I
square.
think both are 2, no, 3 and anything else, no?
No, because we have added p square by 4 here, I'll be subtracting p square by 4 only, right? So that it will get cancelled. Because here p square by 4 was not available, correct?
Okay, according to option.
No, not according to option. See, if you have a question, something x square plus px plus q. So this is the exact value. You can't add anything else, right? Let's for example, I'm adding 1. So I should be subtracting 1 only so that it will get cancelled,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because
0,
this is
yeah.
our original value, correct?
Yes.
So if I'm converting this x square and this equation in this form, if I'm adding p square by 4, I should be subtracting p square by 4 also, correct?
Yes.
And then q. So you're left with this equation.
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir. So excuse me, sir. So I'm just
Yeah.
like asking here. We are using the squaring method, I think, from the
Sir, we
factoring that
also
we
use
do.
the vertex
Completing the
formula.
square method.
Completing
Yeah,
the
yeah.
square method. Yeah, exactly. So, like, sir, here p x square plus px plus q. If it is given that the p is even number, then we can think of like we have to do the completing the square method, because in general we do the completing square
Basically,
method only
correct,
when
correct.
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
If
you are doing that the same thing. Yeah, square method you are using to split it and write it in this
Sir,
way. Yeah.
Okay.
can we do by using the axis of symmetry? First we find x equal to minus 3 by 2a. Then we put the x in the equation and got the q.
That also you can do. Correct. Yeah, that also you can do. So basically, if y, we have to minimize this, right? Y minimum should be 0. At what value you are thinking that y will be minimum? First, you have to make it this 0, correct? And
Yes.
at what value this will be 0? X equals to minus p by
Minus
2.
p by 2.
Yeah, if you're putting this value will become 0. So now you're left with y minimum is what? Q and p square 4. What is the value of y minimum that has been given? Y minimum, what can be the value of y minimum?
0.
If you are making it 0, you are left with what? Q is equals to p square by 4. Correct? Is this clear to everyone?
No, sir, I won't understand. Please repeat it.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, I'll repeat it again. See, the quantity equation was given, and then you have said that just think of this. This is the given information that you have. The given information is the least possible value of y is 0 only. So this equation, whenever you are plotting, that can't go below this x-axis. So this will be something like this. This will be the plot for this quadratic equation. Okay, this can't go below x-axis. This is what has been given. So the least possible value of y is 0. So now what did I do is, so the same thing, the same equation, I just converted in this way. Why did I convert it in this way? Because that will help us. Okay, that will help us to know the information, much more information. So you can use that square method. So that factorization, that method that you have tried to solve, okay, to make it the form of perfect square. Okay, and how do you do that? So if you have x square plus px plus 2, so can I do multiplication and division of 2 here, just to make it in the form of x plus p by 2 ka whole square, in that way. Okay, so I just multiplied 2 and divided with 2, and then if I'm multiplying with 2 and dividing with 2, see, you can see that whenever you have x plus 2 ka whole square also, x square plus what? 2 ka whole square plus 4x. This is what you are having, correct? Or maybe if you have x plus 1 ka whole square, you are left with 2x and then 1. Okay, if you have 2x, let's for example, this is 2x, correct? So in the same way, you can just compare this equation and then think of what can be the perfect square, if what I should be adding, okay, to just make it as a perfect square of x plus p by 2. Okay, if you think that if you are just x plus p by 2 is there, if you are doing the square method, if s square plus px plus p by 4 ka whole p by 2 ka whole square will be there. So what you'll be doing, you have to make it as a perfect square. So you'll be adding p square plus 4 and then you should be subtracting p square plus 4, because just so that will get cancelled, right? Because here it was not there. So in this, the original equation p square by 4 by not there. So that's why we have added and subtracted. Okay, just to make it as a, so that it'll, whenever we evaluate or again, if you want to go to this stage, I can get the same value. It can't be possible that you are adding something else. Okay, that's why I've added and subtracted the same thing. And then the q is already been given. So if I've just make it in a perfect square, so we are left with x plus p by 2 ka whole square plus q minus p square by 4. And this is the y value. Okay, as you have to minimize that value, that means the y value will be 0. At what point do you think that the value will be minimized? Because first we should be making this as a 0, correct? Right? This should be, if you have x plus p by 2 ka whole square, and somebody has told that what is the, like, if the minimum value is 0. Okay, so first thing is this should be 0, correct? If you have to make this as a 0, x should be equals to minus p by 2. So they can ask you this also. But what is the minimum, at what point the y is minimum? Okay, so the x equals to y should be 0 means?
I mean, x plus
Okay,
p
y
by
value.
2
Okay,
whole
y
square,
value, it's
why
already
it
been
should
given,
be-
right?
No, sir. I mean, this x plus p by 2 ka whole square, why it should be 0?
Okay, see why it should be 0. Let's, for example, you have something like this. It's been given y equals to x plus p by 2 ka whole square plus some random constant. Okay, and then you have been told that this value is 0. Y is 0. Okay, when it can be 0, what are the conditions that you will be putting it here? What can be the value of constant and what can be the value of, so how will you make this whole equation 0?
So both the values should be 0.
Yeah,
When
both
one
the
of
values
the
should be 0, right? This should be 0 and the constant should also be 0, correct?
yes,
So I'm just asking you at what point this will be, this part of the equation will be 0. At x equals, whenever you are putting x equals to minus p by 2, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this will be 0, and then the same thing, the constant should also be 0. What is the value of constant here? P square by 4 equated to 0. You'll be getting q equal to p square by 4. Is this clear?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
yes, sir.
Okay, let's try this one. So the 3, 4, 5 questions I'm discussing, just revise the concept at this. Okay, if you're not able to getting time to solve this again, just revise the concept and you'll be in the better position to solve the questions in the exam. Okay, so you can have an equation. Okay, you can have equation x square plus 40x plus 30. And you have been given that this is a equation, quadratic equation been given, and the slope is given. Slope at x equals to 2. Okay, so this equation has been given, and then you have been given the information that the slope at x equals to 0 is equals to the slope of a line 80x plus 10. Then what is the value? Then calculate A. 3 marks. Just solve this. You got the question right. So this is the quadratic equation when given. The slope at x equals to 0 is equals to the slope of the straight line 80x plus 10. What is the value of A? So value of A you have to calculate.
Yes, sir. Solve.
Everybody has solved this? If you are not
Yes, sir.
getting even a single doubt, just ask me. If you are not able to solve, just let me know. I'll solve it.
Solve it.
Sir,
Okay.
explain this question.
Have you tried this? Everybody tried this?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, okay, let me know what is the slope. How will you calculate the slope of this equation? For a quadratic equation, what is the slope?
By
Sir, 2a plus b.
by
2ax plus b.
differentiation.
2ax plus b. 2ax plus
2x plus b. What is the value of b in this equation?
40.
40.
40, sir.
Okay, this is the slope.
Yes, sir. Then put x is equal to 2.
X is a given. X is a 2.
Yeah. So now it has been
And
given that the slope at x equals to 2. What will be the slope
4a
at x
plus
equals to 2?
40. 4a
Sir,
plus
4a
2a,
plus 40.
4a plus 40. What is the slope of the straight line?
Sir, 80. 80, sir.
Slope of line
80, sir.
equals to 80. Okay. Now you have to equate it. 40a plus 40 equals to 80. 40a equals to 40. A equals to 1. Any problem in this question? Yeah. And
Sir,
this
it's
type of
4A,
problem
not
is
40.
like what?
Sir, it's 10. There is 4a.
Okay, sorry, it's 10.
Sir,
Sorry.
there is 4a. There should be 4a.
4a.
Yeah, so basically 4a plus 40 equals to 80, 4a equals to 40, a equals to 10. Any problem this was, so these three equation whatever discussed is like most important. Similar type of problem you should be practicing. Okay, one more question I will discuss. So anything from this three question, any problem in these three questions you faced?
Can you repeat no,
And
sir.
the similar level of questions will be asked in the exam also. The similar level of questions will be asked in the exam. So do not worry about just going through the practice assignment and all. If you haven't
Sir,
practiced, okay,
repeat it, sir.
this solution.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, so you have been given a quadratic equation, okay, quadratic equation, and then you have been asked that the slope of this quadratic equation at some point x equals to 2, okay, is equals to the slope of a straight line at 80, slope of a straight line. So basically you have to calculate the slope of the quadratic equation at x equals to 2 and then equate it to the straight line. You'll get the value of a. So we have calculated. To calculate the slope, you can do two things. If you haven't remembered the formula, well and good. If you didn't remember the formula, just differentiate it. Q dash x equals to 2ax plus 40. Okay. With the differentiation also, you are getting the same thing. Now put the value of x equals to 2 because you have to calculate the slope at x equals to 2. If you are putting the value of x equals to 2 here, so 2a multiply with 2 plus 40. So you're left
4a
with 4a plus
plus
40.
40. Yes, sir.
This is the slope. Okay, and what is the slope of the equation? 80x. 80. Okay, now you can equate it. So 4a plus 40 equals to 80. So you're left with 4a equals to 40. A equals to 10. Is it clear?
Yes, sir. It's clear now.
Now,
From
okay, this is
where
the
we
last.
will get this PDF?
What?
From where we will get this PDF?
This PDF. Okay, so this whatever.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
You are not hearable.
I'm not able to hear anything.
Hello. Sir.
Yeah. Are you able to hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so okay, let's move to the next week now. I'll discuss one more question for this week in the end. See, from the fourth week now, what are the minor things that you have read? What is monomial? What is binomial? Trinomial? Those are like the terminology is not important at all. Okay. So the most important thing that you should be knowing is if you've been given a polynomial, how should be like if you have been given a plot, how will you be able to solve the will you be able to at least plot if you have been given the polynomial and then you have been given which of the four option will be the correct representation of the polynomial in given. How can what is the number of turning point for this polynomial, the graph that has been given? Those are like very important. If you have been given a polynomial, the remainder you have to count it. Okay, what can be the degree of this polynomial? Okay, so multiplication, if you have been given qx rx and then the multiplication will be what will be the degree for the multiplication of this two polynomial? What will the degree if you have summing up or subtracting or dividing? So this problem, this type, whatever the 4-5 type of problem I told, they are most important problem that you should be practicing at all. Okay, you can't miss this all. So I'll just discuss some concept here and the remaining will be discussing some problem. Okay, this is
Sir,
clear to
can you
everyone?
can you explain graphical behavior and behavior?
Yeah, graphical behavior we'll discuss with one example, the same example that we
Also
have discussed.
explain the where the graph is opening upward or downward.
Yeah, we'll discuss that also. Okay, so the same example that we have discussed in the previous session, we will discuss the same example and then we will take some questions. Okay, then we'll take some 2-3 questions that will clarify everything. Okay, so you have been the given polynomial has been given. I'll ask you, I'll let you know how to plot any polynomial. At least like get an idea. You can't exactly plot the polynomial, but you'll get an idea. Okay, roots, multiplicity, how will the polynomial will behave, how it will start, how it will end. Okay, this type of information you will know just by seeing the polynomial. Okay, is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So let's
Yes,
start.
sir. Yes.
So let's, for example, the polynomial, given polynomial is here. This is a polynomial that has been given. What are the root of this polynomial? So I'll discuss everything about this polynomial itself. How will you start? How will you end? And what is the number of turning point? And these all things, whatever I'm discussing, is like most important. If you'll see the questions, you'll be getting the questions, similar type of questions. Number of turning points, degree, remainder. This type of problem will be asked in the exam also. So for this equation, what will be the root? Just tell me the root for this equation. So what are the roots for this polynomial? So the point where the
Sir.
value y will be 0, correct?
Yes. Yes, sir.
So you have -5, -7, 3 and 1, correct? -5,
Yes.
-7,
Yes,
3
sir,
and 1.
correct.
And you can see the multiplicity also. Multiplicity of 1 is what? 2, right? Multiplicity, you are aware of that, right? So at what is the number of repeated root at 1?
Yes.
Okay, at 1 you can see that the repeated root is 2. Similarly, at 3, the repeated root is 1. So you have only one root here. And then at -7, you have a 3 repeated root. And at -5, you have 2 repeated root. Correct? Is this
Yes,
clear?
sir.
Yes.
Yeah. So you have basically 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. And then multiplicity. And how does, okay, if you are plotting any graph, if you have a multiplicity 2, so what will it do? It will bounce off or it will cross the x-axis. At least this much you are aware of that, right?
So bounce back.
Bounce off, right?
Yes, sir.
So I won't understand this multiplicity. Please explain it.
Okay, so multiplicity for any point, let's for example at x equals to 1. At x equals to 1, this equation, x equals to 1 is the root, that you are clear, right? X equals to 1 is the root of this polynomial. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can check that what is the degree at that value. Not degree specifically, but you can see the power, okay, at x equals to 1, or the number of roots that is repeated here, x equals to 1. So 2 times it is repeating, right?
So
What is
degree
the
of
power
this
here?
polynomial is 8.
That I'll discuss. Wait. At x equals to, so whoever was asking multiplicity, you are clear, right? At x equals to 1, you have 2 repeated root. It is clear, right? This is power is 2. Here the power is 1.
So
Here the power is...
multiplicity means the number of roots we are getting, right?
So number of roots you are getting at that point, not the overall. The number of repeated root that you are getting. So basically at x equals to 1, you have 2 repeated root, right? For this polynomial.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is the multiplicity is 1 here, 2 here for 1. And similarly for 3, you have the power. So basically you can just write the power at that point, okay?
So can you explain the
Sir, like
multiplicity
it's
again?
like, sir,
What?
so like it is written x plus 7 whole to the power 3. So its multiplicity will be 3, right?
Yeah. In this way you can
Because
remember.
we are getting 3, 7, minus 7.
Correct.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Is this clear to everyone? How will you write the multiplicity? Basically, you just have
Yes,
to
sir.
write the power at that point, at that root. What is the power at that root? So if you are getting 3, the multiplicity is 3. If you are getting 2, the multiplicity is 2. If it is 1, the multiplicity is 1, and similarly for any value. Is this clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, for any plot, you should be, the first important thing is you should be knowing how does it behave. Okay, for any polynomial, you should be knowing about how does this polynomial is behaving. Okay, and to know the behavior of polynomial, what should we do? If you have to plot this graph, any graph, the first thing you should be knowing for plotting any of the plot, the first thing you should be knowing how does it start and how does it end. Correct? Because in between you are already
Yes, sir.
aware of the roots. Correct? At least you are aware that this much information you have, that there are 4 roots for this equation. Correct? Like, see, okay, yeah, one more thing, the degree. So somebody was asking about the degree, so you can just add all the powers. So 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 3. So you are having how many degree?
8.
8, sir.
8.
Yes.
What is the degree? The degree is basically the power of the leading term that you are left with. Let's, for example, you have some leading term, right? Leading term a into x to the power some constant k. This k will be the degree, right? And this is the highest power that you have. So basically, when you will multiply this equation, you are left with what? So here it will be something x square. If you will just expand this, you'll be left with some x square plus something. Okay, and here also x square plus some values. Here also x. So here it is x to the power 1, and then you are left with x square. Then you are left with x cube. When you will multiply all those values, you'll be left with x a into x to the power 8. Can you tell me the value of a here? Can you tell me the value of a, the leading coefficient?
1.
So 1.
1, right? Because everywhere you have a coefficient 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. So if you're multiplying all the 1, 1, you'll be getting 1, 1. So a equals to 1. So you are left with what? X to the power 8 and some other values. Some constant k into multiplication of x to the power 7. Similarly, it can be plus minus, that depends. But the leading term will be x to the power 8. Okay, so everything, the behavior of this function will be defined with x to the power 8 only, with the leading term only. Is this clear to everyone?
So,
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah.
so why is this a is equals to 1?
A is equals to 1 because, see, if you have an equation something like this, x minus 1 ka whole square multiplication with x minus 2. If you'll expand this equation, because you have a coefficient 1, right? If you'll expand this equation, you are left with what? X square plus 1 minus 2x. Similarly, x minus 2. If you'll multiply this, you'll see that you are left with x cube, correct? X cube plus some
Yes,
random
sir.
values plus x plus some values you are left with. So you can see that when the coefficient is 1 here and the coefficient is 1 here, for the leading term, the coefficient will be 1 because you are multiplying 1 with 1. You are multiplying only the leading term of each of the parts that you have, each of the parts to get the leading term of overall polynomial. So if you are multiplying 1 with 1, you will left with 1, right?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah.
So
So
excuse
similarly,
me, sir.
yeah.
Sir, what if the coefficient is not 1, like more than 1, let's say? So
Then
what
the
to
coefficient
do
won't
next?
be 1, right? The coefficient won't be 1. Then you need just see, basically you just don't have to calculate the value. See, the most important part to get the behavior is to know whether the coefficient is positive or negative. This is the most
Okay.
important thing that you should be knowing. Okay.
So,
Okay.
Yeah.
so if it was the 2x minus 1 ka whole square into x minus 2, then a will not be 1, na?
Then a won't be 1. How can a be 1?
Yes,
This will
sir.
be 2, right? See,
Yes, sir.
and nobody is going to ask you the coefficient value exactly. Why did I ask this? Because everywhere it was 1, so it was simple. Okay,
Oh,
and
yes,
then
sir.
the most important part that you should be knowing is what will be the behavior to get the behavior. You should be knowing the whether the coefficient of the leading term is positive or negative. This much you should be knowing to get the behavior of the polynomial. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So for this equation, what was the polynomial equation? It is something. This is positive, right? The leading coefficient term is having a positive because it was 1. Okay, and then x to the power 8, and then some random value. To know the behavior, I told you to plot any of the equation. You should be first knowing how does it start and how does it go. How does it start with? You should be knowing at x equals to infinity what is the value of that polynomial, and x equals to minus infinity what is the polynomial value. Okay, if you are putting x equals to infinity in this polynomial, what is the value that you will be getting?
Infinity.
Infinity only.
Exponential.
Correct. And if you are putting x equals to minus infinity, what is the value you will be getting?
Again
Same.
infinity.
Again infinity. So because it is, the power is even.
Let's, for
Even
example,
power.
I am giving you
Infinity.
some more information. Okay. Yeah. So I'm giving you some more information. If you have been polynomial something like this, minus of 8 minus x8, and then some equation, some different qx, and this qx that I'm giving you the polynomial is having a degree less than 8. Okay, so it will be something x to the power 7. So you don't have to worry about this. Only every time you to know the behavior, you should be worrying about the leading term only. What is the
So for
coefficient,
QX, what
whether
is the
it's a
degree, sir?
positive or
Less
negative?
than? Excuse me, sir.
What?
For
Yeah.
QX, you are telling that the degree should be less than 8.
Yeah.
Okay.
If this was more than 8, then this was not the degree, right? It would have the degree
Yeah.
of this
Yeah.
equation would have become the degree, right?
Yeah.
See,
Yes.
now I'm giving you y equals to minus x to the power 8 and then something. Now tell me the behavior. How it will start at x equals to infinity? What will the value of y? And x equals to minus infinity? What is the value of y? Tell me, at x equals to infinity,
Sir,
what will the
at
value
x
be?
equals to
Minus
infinity, y is equals to minus infinity, and at x equals to minus infinity, then y equals to infinity.
Is it infinity? Yeah.
No, just decide this one again.
Sir, both
It's
time
it's
the
infinity.
y is equal to minus infinity.
See,
Sir,
even though
for
you are putting minus infinity, it is minus infinity to the power 8, right? So this will be infinity always because this is even number, right? So if you have a even degree, so even degree will always give you whether you are putting infinity or minus infinity, this will give you infinity, and then this will decide the value, the behavior of the function. Okay.
then it was minus infinity.
Yeah. So now, so this if you have been given y equals to the coefficient positive and even, then you can get it negative and even, then also you'll be able to know. Now you have been given minus 8 to the power 9. Okay, now tell me x equals to infinity, what is the value of y, and x equals
Minus
to
infinity.
minus infinity?
Minus
Infinity,
infinity.
sir. No, sir,
This is,
infinity, sir.
Minus infinity.
this is
Minus
minus
infinity.
infinity. What is the value here? I guess this will be infinity.
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 Similarly, if you have been given x to the power 9, now x equals to infinity, y will be infinity.
Minus
X equals to minus
Infinity.
infinity.
Y is equal to
Minus
minus
infinity.
infinity.
Minus infinity.
Now you will be able to know the behavior of any polynomial. Okay, so now you got the information. So we were having the information. Now we know that the function will behave something like this. At infinity, the function will be the y value in infinity. At minus infinity also it will be infinity. Okay, so the plot will go something like this, right? It will start something from here and it will go like this. At x equals to infinity, it can be infinity, and x equals to minus infinity also. The function value should be y equals to infinity only. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now y equals to what is the polynomial here? First, let me write it here. X minus 2 whole square, and then x minus 3. This is the equation, right? And this is Can you tell me the multiplicity? I guess this is
Sir,
1, this
2,
is
2,
2,
3. Yes, sir.
2,
2,
1, 2,
1, 2,
3,
3.
right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So now we have known the behavior. To plot this equation, you already are aware that at x equals to infinity, the y will be infinity, or x equals to minus infinity, the y will be infinity. Okay, and in between you have 4 different roots. Okay, you have 8 roots, but many of, like, if you have been asked how many roots, so you'll be marking at 4 roots. Okay, but some roots are repeated root. Okay, so
So 4
basically
distinct
if you
roots, right?
starts with here infinity and you have to go it here, so you have to plot the function basically. So to plotting the function, you should be going from infinity to, so x equals to infinity to x equals to minus infinity, or you can go it from x equals to minus infinity to infinity. So we can start it from anywhere. Let's start it from here. So what is the root? So the first root, if I'm starting from here, what is the first root that I'll be getting?
1.
1.
1 or
Minus
minus 7?
7.
7.
I'll be
Minus
getting
7, then
because
minus
I'm
5.
starting with minus infinity, right? So I'm starting with minus infinity, I'll be getting minus 7, minus 5,
minus
and
5,
then 1 and 3.
1, 3.
Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Let's start it from here. If I'm starting from here, in between there will be nothing, right? We'll just meet it directly here. Okay? Because it's coming from infinity. From minus infinity, at minus infinity, the value is y equals to infinity. So from infinity, it is coming to 0, right? Because at minus 7, the y value, the function's value will be 0, right? If I'm putting minus 7 here, this function value will become 0, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So at this, yeah. So this again at minus 5 also it will be 0. At 1 also it will be 0. At 3 also it will be 0, right?
Right, sir.
Yeah. Now let me know. Now the multiplicity will help you to go, because I have to go from minus 7 to 7. So how will I go? Whether I'll go like this, or I'll go like this, or I'll, so it will behave.
Sir, first
It will,
cut the 7.
It's cut the x-axis.
yeah. So 7, at 7 now you have to check the
Sir,
multiplicities. So multiplicity will help you. So what is the multiplicity at x equals to 7?
3, sir. Sir, 3.
3, sir.
And 3 is a odd number or even number?
Odd number.
Odd, sir.
Oh, on odd number, whether it will cross the x-axis or it will bounce out.
Cross the axis.
Cross, sir.
Yeah, you already know that
Yes.
it will
But
cross the x-axis.
touches, sir. But touches
If it
the
will cross the
x-axis.
x-axis, it will go something like this, right? Because you have to start it from here, minus 7, and then you need to go to minus 5 also. Because at again, see, you are going something like this, but you already know that at minus 5, again the function value will be 0. So you need to come back here. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. Now let me know what is the multiplicity at x equals to 5.
Sir, 2.
Yeah, and 2 is odd or even?
Sir,
Even,
even.
sir, it will bounce
Even,
back.
so
So
bounce off.
bounce back.
Okay?
Bounce.
Okay, so it can go something like this, also it go something like this. But here the even number will tell that it will go some, so it will start going like this. But again, again you already know that at x equals to 1, again the function value will be 0. So you need to go, and again it will turn off and it will go like this. So it will
It will
turn the
bounce.
plot and it will go here.
Yes.
So why
Okay,
will
so
it go from here?
because 5 is having the multiplicity even number, and for even number we already know that it will not cross the x-axis. As it was here, it should have gone something like this or something like this. So if it is coming from here, it's coming like this, right? It is coming like this. If it is coming like this, then I already know that as the multiplicity of x equals to minus 5 is even number, so it will bounce off. It will not cross this axis. It will not do this.
Okay, sir.
If it was 1, then it would have came like this. But it is even number, so that's why it came like this. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So now again at x equals to 1, you can see that at x equals to 1, what is the multiplicity?
2.
Sir, 2.
What is that,
So
even
it
or odd?
bounce. Sir,
Even.
even and bounce back.
Bounce back, sir.
It will go something like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And then again at x equals to
It
3,
will
what is the,
cross.
it will
1.
cross, right?
Cross.
So it should have went like this, it will go like this, right? And it will go to the infinity. Because at infinity only it should be meeting the infinity point, right? At x equals to, there is some point coordinate here, x equals to infinity, y is equals to infinity. So it will meet here, correct? It will start from here, it will go. So this is the plot that you'll be getting. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Sir, at x equals to 3, it should be a straight line, no?
No, it will not be a straight line. Okay, so even though you're plotting a straight line, you should not be worrying now. You just have to know so that's why in the starting I told you should be getting, you'll get an idea. You'll not be getting the exact plot. Okay, the exact plot nobody will be giving you how to. So straight line to pakka you'll not be getting. Okay, you'll be getting some different curve only, but it'll start from here, it'll go here. Because it's not in the form of like the linear equation, it is in the form of some 8 degree of 8, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
so when you'll put some values here, it will not behave like a straight line for sure.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Sir.
Yeah. So now calculate, let me know what are the turning points here. And this is important. So whatever the things that you are reading, okay, that is fine. But whatever we are discussing today is the most important part. That you
Sir,
should be
three
knowing. This is
turning
the minimum
points.
criteria.
Five.
This is
Five,
this
Five
much.
turning points.
Yeah, this much if you are knowing that you'll be able to solve all the exam questions. That I can tell you. Okay. After the session,
Sir,
like
five
revision
turning.
session. What?
It's 5 turning points, sir.
5 turning points.
Yeah. So let's start counting the turning point here. Okay. If we have started from here, right? We have started from here. We have gone like this. The direction was this one, but we turned. Okay. So this is the first turning point. Correct? This is the first turning point. Because we turned like this. And again, we are going like this, but we didn't went like this. We turned here also. So this is the second turning point. And again, we are going like this, but we turned again. So this is the third turning point. Again, we are going like this, but we turned again. So this is the fourth turning point. And again, we are going like this, but we didn't went like this. We just turned up. So this is the fifth turning point. So you have left with 5 turning points. Is it clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's
Yes,
discuss
sir.
some problem. Okay. So the concept we have discussed, and I don't think so there will be much problem where you'll be facing the issue. Okay. Let's discuss some problems now. So I'll just mix some 1, 2, 3 weeks all the concepts, and then I'll be giving you some questions. Okay.
So
Now
please
tell me
give
which
a
of the following.
question.
What?
So I'm telling, please give a question on the topic which we have read now.
Yeah, I'll be giving you the question. So I'll be mixing all the 4 weeks now, and I'll be giving you the questions. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Tell me how many of the options are correct.
So first, second are correct, sir.
Sir, option 1 and 2.
So first, second, and third.
Yes, sir. Third two.
Yeah, you are
1, 2,
correct.
3.
So whoever has
So
chosen
1, 2,
first,
3, sir.
1, 2, 3, all the
1,
three
2,
are.
3, sir.
Any confusion?
1,
Any of the
2, 3, sir.
options? Anybody has any confusion in any of the options?
The
No,
fourth
sir.
option.
Fourth option
Sir,
is
3 and
correct.
10, 19.
Option first, sir.
Sir, parallel to y-axis, the slope will be undefined, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, The first option is pretty
Just
simple. Whenever you have been given the vertices of a we have
theta is
calculated
zero.
first let me speak out, then you can just speak. So first you have to calculate the vertices of parabola. The vertices of parabola, you already aware of that. X equals to whenever the x and y is 0, you can just put it 10, 5. And you have been given a set with the 3 cardinality, so s cross s will be having 9 cardinality. And line parallel to x-axis. If you have x-axis, this one. If any line parallel to x-axis, the slope will be what? 0, right? Is this clear? So if
Yes,
you have a
sir.
straight,
Yes, sir.
any, and this is your y-axis. If you are plotting a straight line that is parallel to y-axis, what will be the slope of this line?
Undefined.
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 Undefined. Is this clear to everyone now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Sir,
It is-
in option 1, so the y-intercept, like it should be like 10, minus 5, right? Not 10, 5.
The y-intercept?
Yeah, so in the first option, I am
Y-intercept,
getting
put the
10,
value of x
minus
equals to
5.
0, right? Put
Yes,
the
yes.
value of x equals to 0. If you are putting x equals to 0, what is the value you are getting? 100 square, 100 plus 5. So y will be 100, not 5. 1, not 5.
Okay, and one more thing, sir. Sir, I'm getting 10, minus 5.
10,
So we can
minus 5.
also find that when
Can you
when
solve the
put the
first
value of
option?
the
Like,
vertex
can
in the equation.
confirm
So
the
there is
first
nothing
option?
to solve in this. So if you have a parabola, something like this, whenever you have y equals to x square, how do you plot this parabola? So the vertices is what? X equals to 0 and y equals to 0, right?
Yes.
Similarly, if you have any plot, so you don't have to worry much. So wherever it is given x minus 15 whole square. So at x equals to y equals to 5 and 15, this is the vertices for this parabola.
Okay, yeah, I get it now.
Yeah. Okay, this is clear, right?
Yes.
Okay, so one question, solve the question. Okay, I'm giving you.
Sir, actually, if the parabola is in the form of the equation, how can we find the vertex, sir?
So you know that how to calculate that minus b by 2a, right? And then f of minus b by 2a.
Okay, thank you, sir.
But for any parabola, if you are getting confused, you're not able to remember this, what this is, what you can do is differentiate that value and equate it to 0, because at that point the slope will be 0. Okay, so you can get the value of x at that point where the slope is 0, and then at that x you can put put in this equation, not in this differentiated form, put there to get the value of y.
But
Okay.
this condition, excuse me, sir.
Yeah, go ahead.
So this condition is only applicable like when the parabola is upward or downward, because if the parabola is like right and right, turned parabola or left turned parabola, then the
Then that's not
vertex.
the function. Yeah, then there will not be able to do that.
Oh, it is not defined at that point.
Yeah.
Also. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, one
Yeah,
more
sorry.
question. Okay, this question was already given in your assignment questions, but this is important. Just solve this one. A into x plus 2, b minus x. And the plot is something like this, where b is here. So b is here, b comma 0, and minus 2 comma 0. Tell me the value. So from the option you need to tell. A is greater than 0, A is less than 0, A equals to 5, A equals to 15.
Sir, can you
A
please
greater
explain
than
the
0.
question, sir?
Sir, A is anyhow correct, no?
What?
First
Sir,
option is
repeat the
correct.
question.
It's MSQ or just one choice?
MCQ. Only one of the two, like one of the options is correct.
Then
A is
Okay,
That
let
one, sir. Option
MSQ
one.
is
Sir,
correct.
is
A is
This
less than
MSQ.
0.
A, okay.
Sir,
A
can you
should
please
be
explain this question again, sir?
Hey, you can't mark it like,
Your
okay,
option
the
2 is
option
correct.
I gave is like, it was not correct.
A said greater than 0.
I won't understand the question. Can you
A
repeat
is
it?
less than 0.
Okay, I'll just explain it again.
the A less than 0.
A less than 0.
Less than 0.
Let's start. See, this parabola is going upward or downward?
What, sir?
Upward.
Upward.
Upward. So for the upward, what should be how should the behavior, what should be the behavior of the leading coefficient term? If we have some leading
Positive.
coefficient term of x square, this value should
Then
be positive. It is A or B or C or D, I don't know. This value should be positive. Okay?
Yes, sir.
What is the value? Okay, now expand this one. If you are expanding this, what is the value that we'll be getting? I told you, if you are expanding, we'll be left with ax here, and you need to multiply the x coefficient from here. So you'll be left with minus ax square. Correct?
Correct.
Is this
Yes, sir.
clear to everyone? How do we get this value? If you'll expand this equation, let me expand it wholly. Otherwise, you'll get. And this is important. That's why I'm doing it here. X plus 2a. Similar type of problem can be there in exams. Understand this carefully. Ax plus 2a, and then you multiply with b minus x. What are the value that will be left with? Ax b minus x square plus 2ab minus 2ax. Is this the equation you'll be getting after expanding?
Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
yes, sir.
Now
Yes,
tell
sir.
me, what is the coefficient of x square, the leading term? So which is the leading term out of this 4 term?
Minus x
A
square.
minus x.
Correct. And
Coefficient
to
of
get
x
the
square.
plot, to get the plot as positive, to get the plot upward, what should be the value? Minus a should be greater than 0.
Less than 0. Yes.
Minus a
Less
should be
than
greater than
0.
0. So a should be less than 0.
Yes.
Is this clear to everyone?
Correct.
Sir,
Yes.
repeat the line which you have said
Yes, sir.
now.
Sir, but the graph, when A less than 0, then it's opening downward.
No,
Why?
buddy. See, if you have ax square plus bx plus c, and here a is
Yes, sir.
positive, then it will go upward. But you have already been given minus of ax square plus bx plus c. Then a
Yes, sir.
should be less than 0 to make it as a going upward direction, right?
Okay, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I
Yeah.
won't
To
understand. Sir.
making this graph to be opening upward, we put the value of A is negative, right, sir?
Yeah. So a will be negative such that this minus negative and negative will become positive.
Yes, sir, got it.
You got it right?
I didn't understand, sir.
You don't understand. Okay. See, if you have been given something like this, any equation been given, a y equals to ax square plus bx plus c. if you are taking a equals to 5, this equation becomes 5x square plus bx plus c. Depending on the value of b, c, it will be not depending on the value. So this equation will go something. If a greater than 0, then this will be plotted something like this, correct? Going upward.
Correct. Okay.
But if you have equation in the starting itself, it is given minus ax square plus bx plus c. Now if you put the value of a greater than 0, then this function will become minus 5x square, right? Something. So this will go downward. But to make this function as a upward, what should be the value of a you should be putting? You should be putting minus 5, right? To make this equation as positive. So minus multiply with minus 5. So this will be 5x square. What?
No, anywhere it is told that the parabola drawn is in the question, or no,
In the
why we
question
have
it's
to make
given,
the
right?
parabola?
In the question it is given. In the question it is given, it is going
Then
upward,
I
right?
got it. Okay, I understood, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir. Sir, if like this parabola is not given, like it is not, if this
Then
graph
you
is
can't
not given,
say. Then you can't say.
then there should be a condition like for A, B, or C, like A for A, that it should be positive. Then only we can decide.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. If that the information is not been given, then you are already aware that for A positive it should be going upward. Okay?
Yeah. Okay, sir.
Is this clear to everyone? Everything?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So the dividing that you are already aware, right? How to divide any function. If you have been given x minus 2 ka whole square, and then x to the power 5 minus 4 x4 plus 3x cube plus 3x square minus 4. This type of equation you'll be able to solve or not?
Can, sir.
Will you be able to solve, right? Should I do?
Yes,
Do I need to discuss this? No, right?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Okay. So this, if you, yeah.
This solution, no.
Sir, show the question, sir.
What?
Sir, scroll down, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
And that stock actually recovered more than 10% and ended a day low.
Can you please mute like whoever is speaking?
10%.
So whatever questions we are discussing in the sessions are the most important ones, no?
Yeah.
If we are able to solve these questions, so we will be able to solve the question paper also, no?
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Okay, sir.
The difficulty level will be same. Maximum 1 or 2 questions will be a bit more difficult than this, but all the other questions are in the same level. So there are one more question. So you have qx, you have rx, and you have tx. The 3 polynomial is given. This has been given something like this: 5x square plus 10x plus 7. Some random values I am taking, not the exact one. 2x plus 1, and then we are left with 5x cube, 7x square, 3x plus 9. Now you have to say that which is the, so what should be the degree of qx plus rx, then degree of qx multiplication of rx multiplication of tx. Then if you are dividing tx by qx, the remainder will be in the form of quadratic or linear. These are the 3 questions that you have to solve: first, second, and third. First, tell me the equation for the degree, and everybody should be knowing this. These are the very basic questions that you should be aware of that.
3.
2.
Okay.
First
So 2.
answer is 2.
Anybody has any issue in this? Qx
No,
plus
sir.
rx?
No, sir.
No. Okay. Now multiply this all 3. What should be the degree?
4. Oh, sorry.
6.
6.
5, sir. Sorry, 6, sir. 6.
Yeah, so
3
the
plus 2
degree will be
plus 1.
what? You can just add 3 plus 1 plus 2, right? 3 plus 1 plus 2.
Yes, sir. 6.
Now you are dividing tx upon qx. What should be the remainder? Whether it will be a quadratic or a linear?
Linear.
Linear, sir.
Linear,
Sir.
linear. 3 minus 2, 1.
Yeah, correct? Is this
Yes.
clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
No, sir. Please
sir.
explain, sir. Third option, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so you're left with, so basically when you're dividing 5x cube, something is in the form of the polynomial is having the degree 3. And if you're dividing some polynomial with the degree 2, what can be the value? The quadratic, you can't get 2, right? If you're dividing it, you will be left with a linear equation only, right? So basically 3 minus
Yes,
2
sir. I got it.
is equal to. So maximum linear you will be getting, able to get. Clear to everyone?
Yes, yes, sir.
I have a doubt in graded assignment week
Sir,
2.
can you
See,
repeat
question
tx
3.
upon qx?
Question 3.
Yeah. Tx upon qx,
Sir,
right?
can you scroll up a little bit?
Yes, sir. Tx upon qx.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
The degree of qx plus rx are equals to 3 because sir, highest degree of qx is 2 and highest degree of rx is 1. So sir, 2 plus 1, 3.
No. See, if you're adding a equation, let's for example, you have a equation 5x cube plus 2x square. What is the degree for this equation?
So 3, sir,
3.
highest degree 3.
Okay. Why can't you add 3 or 2 here? Why didn't you add here 2 and 3?
So
Just
because
like
sir, we get the sir highest degree, sir. We take highest
Correct.
degree in the polynomial.
So let's for example, this is your first polynomial, this is px.
Yes.
And this is your second polynomial, this is rx. And if you are adding px plus rx, why are you adding the degree?
Oh, sir. When we are adding, then we take highest degree.
Correct. Because you are taking, like you told me, right? 3. If you have 5x cube plus 2x square, you told me, right? The degree would be 3. So how can
Yes.
you be? If you are adding px plus rx, you can say that for the same equation, you can say that the degree is 5. How can you say that? You can't, right?
Yes. So I understand like this. Take out the highest degree of px, then rx, then add. Sir, I understand like this, sir. But now
Yeah.
I
So
understand.
whenever
Sir.
you are adding while adding, the degree will be the degree of the equation which I have a maximum already. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Will not be doing anything else.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Hello. Suppose 5x cube into 3x square plus 5x cube into 3x square.
5x cube into
3x square plus 4x 2. Highest degree 5, no?
Yeah, degree is 5.
Yes.
So you just have to
Because
take care of the coefficient of like the maximum power of the x. Okay, whenever you're adding, dividing, subtracting, multiplying, whatever you're doing. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Now calculate the root of this equation.
Sir, the question previous which you have said that everyone has idea. I have only one doubt. You have divided that x minus 2 the whole square. Whether you have to expand that x minus 2 the whole square and make it divide with that polynomial.
This one?
The before question, yeah, that's one, sir.
Yeah, you have to expand this and divide it.
Oh, expand and you have to divide as well.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
So for any, I told you one method how to calculate the root of any equation. I told you, right? First, if you have been given, just check with -1, 1 or 0. 0 to you can't do because if you have, when can you check 0? Because when we have x multiply with each of the term, then you can check with 0. But for any equation, first start with checking -1 and 1. If you are able to get at -1, if you are putting -1 and the equation is 0, you can say that this is the root of one equation. And if you are able to find one root, then you can divide to get the quadratic equation and then solve the quadratic equation to get the other two roots. Okay? Is this clear to you? So the options are 7, 14, 10, 1, 2 and minus 2, and this is MSQ. So wherever if you are getting the question in quiz also, try with this one, -1 or 1. Okay? And if you are not getting with -1 and 1, for sure you'll be getting -2 or 2.
But it is not a quadratic equation, right? It is a cube root. Right?
Yeah,
So
cubic.
how
That's why I'm
can
saying you now to calculate. If this was quadratic, I would have told you directly calculate. You have the method to calculate, right? For the quadratic equation. For the cubic, it becomes difficult, right? So that's why first you need to calculate one factor. If you are able to calculate one factor, divide it to get the quadratic equation. If you are able to get the quadratic equation, and then you can get the root of that equation.
Sir, in the previous question,
Yeah, in the previous question, what happened?
next, so before this one, the three
Mhm.
option one. So can you explain me why in the third option, second option, I mean, we added the degrees of each function and not in first?
Where did we add it? Which question? The third one.
Please show
Yes,
the
sir.
question, sir.
Second
No,
option,
sir.
second
So
option, second option.
he's
Second
saying,
one.
Yes,
yeah,
sir, in
he's
second
saying,
option, you added the highest degree from each function, but not
Huh?
in first. You just took the highest degree from QX.
Okay, so when let's for example you have a equation Rx, and the equation is 2x square plus 5, and you have Px.
So,
Sir, you are not audible.
You are not audible, sir. Sir,
Sir,
Hello, sir.
वेट कर लो, आ जाएंगे अभी.
Are you able to hear me now?
yes,
yes,
sir.
sir, yes, sir.
Yes,
yes.
sir.
Okay. So what I was saying is, if you have a equation
Yes,
Rx
sir.
and Px, to get the degree of that Rx Px, like multiplication of two number. See, basically what you are doing, if you have a equation 2x, this is one equation, and then multiplying, this is Px, this is one polynomial, and this is Qx, one other polynomial.
Sir, I
Your
So
think your
screen is
screens
frozen.
are stuck.
Yes, sir. Your screen is
okay,
frozen, sir.
Yes, sir,
okay,
yes.
okay. 1 second. Is it visual now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Now it is visible.
So what I was saying is, to get the degree of any equation, that is multiplication of two polynomial. So to get
Sir,
the
can
degree, you
you
can
show
directly.
that question again? Third option or second option that I was saying about. Sir, above one, the degree one.
Okay, this one.
Oh, okay, sir. My bad. I thought it was QX plus RX plus tx. Now I get it.
No,
If
this
it's
is not the,
multiplication,
yeah, this is the product. This,
okay,
for the
okay,
summation, the
it's
degree will be the,
multiplication. Yeah, degree will
yeah,
be the highest one of a from each of
correct,
the
correct.
functions.
Yeah, the term will
If
be
it's
having the highest term.
multiplication, yes, if it's multiplication, then the highest degree of from each function will be added.
Correct, correct, correct.
Okay, okay, okay. Sorry, sir. My
Yeah. Let's solve this one. Okay, and after this, I'll be solving one question, and that will be your final question for the day. So try to solve this one as soon as possible.
So there are some things which we have to keep in mind while giving the paper.
What?
I'm saying that there are something that we have to keep in mind while doing the maths paper.
No, you should be knowing the concept, that's it.
So 1, 10 and minus 2 is the root.
There will be 3 answers because you have a polynomial of 3 degree, right?
Yes, sir. 1, 10 and minus 2.
Did everybody solve this?
yes, sir.
Sir, will you please explain just
So can we solve? Okay. What did I say in the starting? What should you do for if you are seeing the question, this type of question, what should you do?
So try 1 and minus 1. If not,
Okay.
then
Have you
minus
tried
2.
that minus 1 or 1?
Yes, sir.
What is the value you have got?
1, sir. Then we can divide it by x minus 1.
You got the value as minus 1 or 1?
1, sir.
Yeah,
But
1
we
you
have
got.
to
Now
divide it
divide
by
this function
x
One
with x
minus 2
minus
and
1. Yeah, divide this x minus 1. What is the quotient you have got? What is the quotient that you have got?
Two x square minus 16x minus 40.
2x?
2x square minus 16x minus 40.
Now you can solve this, you'll get the value, right? 10 and 2 you are getting, right? So 1, 2 and 10 you are getting. I guess this is the answer.
Yes.
Yes.
So 2x square minus 16x.
Okay, minus 16x and then minus 40. Is this clear to everyone, sir? You have to, in the starting, you have to get one factor. If you are able to get the one factor, you can divide it to get the quotient. And
Other
that quotient will be in the form of quadratic equation, and then you can solve the quadratic equation.
Sir,
Yeah.
Sir, but
Sir.
solving this doesn't
Is
give the right answer. Can you solve this, please? Sum
sir,
equals
it in
minus.
the question, the first root will be also after the 3, 4, 5. You have to check.
Okay, let's solve this question. Okay, what is the question? Tell me the equation.
2x cube.
So 2x cube minus 18x 18x square
24x
plus 40.
minus 24x plus 40.
So you can just remove the 2 directly. X cube minus 9x square minus 12x plus 20. What did I say? Try with minus 1 and try with 1. Okay, if at first I try with 1, so this is 1 minus 9 minus 12 plus 20. So this you got cancelled. Okay, 0. That means x minus 1 is the root of this equation. Okay, I'll divide this equation. So x cube, x minus 1 minus 9x minus 12x plus 20. So I divided with this equation. Now tell me, what should I write here? X square.
2x square.
If I write x
2x
square here, what is the value I'll be getting? X cube minus
So 2x square
minus 2x square, right? Now we are left with this will get cancelled, minus 7x square minus 12x. Now what should I write here? Minus.
Sir, it's
7x.
x cube
So why
minus
is-
x square.
Sir, why is minus
Sir,
2x
x cube
square
minus
is
x square only it will come, sir.
Cube minus
Yeah.
x square, sir.
Not 2x square. This
Yeah.
is x minus 1 multiplied by
Oh,
x.
Sir, in the
sure.
in the
Minus
long
one.
division.
Okay,
Yes,
got
sir.
it.
Yes.
Okay. So this will be x square. So we'll be left with minus 8x square minus 12x. So now what is the value here? Minus
8x.
Sir, x square, yes, sir.
Minus 8x.
Minus 8x.
Okay.
Minus 8x,
Now
sir.
it will be left with minus 8x square plus 8x.
8x.
This will get
8x.
cancelled. Now it will be left with minus 20x
20x
plus 20.
plus 20.
What is the value here? Minus?
Plus
Minus 20.
minus 20.
So minus 20x plus 20. So now you got that, right? This is the equation that you have got. This is the question. This is a quadratic equation. Can you solve this quadratic equation? What are the value, the roots you are
Yes,
getting
sir.
for
We
this
got
equation?
x is
X
equal
is
to
equals to
10
minus
10 and
2 and
minus
x is equals to 10.
10 minus 2. Yeah. So now you have one root is 1. The other two roots are 10 and minus 2. This is what I was saying. Is this clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. No.
Sir,
Yeah.
I have a doubt.
Yeah. Okay.
I have zeros, but which quadrant graph of polynomial start and which quadrant its end? I don't understand.
Okay. So see, if you have any polynomial, I told in the starting to get the behavior, you have to check the values at x equals to infinity and x equals to minus infinity. This will give you an idea. Let's, for example, you have a polynomial y equals to x to the power 8 plus some values, x to the power 7, 5 plus some random values. Okay. Now you need to check at x equals to infinity. What should be the behavior of this function? Tell me.
Positive infinity?
Positive, sir.
So positive infinity.
Correct. And similarly at x equals to minus infinity, this will be
Then goes
Positive
minus
positive infinity. Minus infinity.
Positive infinity. No, plus infinity. Okay. See, so this function starts from here minus infinity and goes till, so it starts from minus infinity. At x equals to minus infinity, the y is infinity. At x equals to infinity, the y is infinity. Correct. So it will start from here. It will go in between. There will be some root that you need to check how it will go down and up because of the multiplicity. Okay. The root and multiplicity will help you here, and then the starting and the end point will help you from where to where you have to go. Is this correct? Did you get the idea?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's solve this question. This is the last question that we are solving. Okay. Let's, for example, you
So
have
for
been.
example, if we have minus in the expressions.
Okay. So minus in the expression y equals to minus x. This is what you are saying.
Yeah, not in the highest term, maybe in between.
In between doesn't matter. Okay. Okay. Only
we
the
have in the
coefficient,
highest term-
leading coefficient only matters. That will help you to get the idea about the
Yes,
behavior of the function.
One question, sir. Chat box are not
Mhm.
seeing.
Okay, leading coefficient only help you to get in behavior of the function, nothing else. Okay, these are
If leading coefficient is minus.
yeah. If the leading coefficient is minus, then at x equals to infinity, what is the value you'll be getting? Y is also infinity, right? Minus infinity. At x,
Minus
so it will
infinity.
start from here. It will start something from here. At x equals to minus infinity, what is the value you are getting? Here also minus infinity. So it will go from
Minus
here
infinity.
and it will the root will be there and then it will go like this. Okay. So the function will be something like this. That depends upon the root. Okay. And the multiplicity of the root. Is this clear?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Let's solve this
Clear,
problem. Yeah. So this problem,
Hello,
the
sir.
function, the graph has
So
been
please
given.
repeat it again, sir, please.
Sir, hello, sir. Sir, can
Yeah.
sir, can you find SSC? SSE?
SSC we have
What's-
already discussed in the day before yesterday session that you can refer. Okay, I'll let you know how to solve this because that's the important portion. So the one
Okay,
thing is how to solve this one. I told you, right? At x equals to infinity, to get the behavior of any polynomial at x equals to infinity, you put the value of, see, the behavior means how will the function start. If you are plotting the graph on your paper, how does that plot start and how will it end? Okay, to start, what is the starting point? Minus infinity. What is the ending point? Infinity. Because it will start from minus infinity, it will go till infinity. Okay, and in between you have root, 5 roots, 7 roots, the number of roots, that doesn't matter to us. So the root and the multiplicity will help us to plot the graph in between. But the most important part is how will the plot behave at minus infinity and plus infinity. So only one thing you have to put the value of minus infinity in the equation. If you have equation something like this, minus 8x8, put the value of minus infinity here, right? Minus of minus infinity to the power 8. If you have anything inside the even any number that has an even power, this will be positive. Positive multiplied with negative. So this will be negative and negative with very huge number, because you are doing infinity to the power 8. So it is a very huge number. So you will be left with infinity only, minus infinity. Okay. So at minus infinity, your y value is minus infinity. So it starts from here. And again at infinity, when you are putting the x is tending to infinity, you are writing like minus infinity minus to the power minus infinity to the 8. So you're left with again minus infinity. So at again x to the power infinity, x tends to infinity, your value is minus infinity. So it will start from here. In between you have a root, it will go something like this and will end like this. Is this clear to everyone?
Minus infinity raised to 8 will become plus only, right, sir?
Just a leading coefficient depend of the graph started.
Yeah, correct. Only the leading coefficient will help. Hey, you have x to the power 8, right? If you have x to the power 8, you are putting anything inside this will be a positive number, right?
Yes.
Yes. So the leading.
Yeah, so minus into any positive number will be minus, right? So minus into minus infinity to the power any value will be left with in minus infinity, correct? Is this clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yes.
Okay, so the last question that I'm discussing is I'm giving you the plot and you need to tell me the polynomial. Okay, I'm plotting a plot. You need to tell me the polynomial. What is the polynomial here? So the plot is like this. This is 0. This is x-axis. This is y-axis. Go something like this. Touches here. Come here. 0, 1 is here. You have minus 1, 0 here. It goes like this. This value is 1, 0. This is 2, 0. Now tell me the polynomial equation. It's a highly probable question. This type of questions will be there. At least 1-2 questions will be there where you'll be given the plot or maybe the equation. You need to write the plot or the vice versa.
Yeah, so sir, in the point 1, 0, sir, it is like passing through, or it is like you're touching the line and then it passes.
When at
1, 0.
It's passing the x-axis, right?
Like it's slashing through or it's touching a little bit of.
It's passing. You should not be worried about that. It's touching or
Okay,
passing.
okay.
It's just passing, right? It's passing. You have the multiplicity. If you have an even number or odd number, you already know, right? If this was bouncing off, it will be like it would have shown something
How we
different, right?
can define the like the
Sir,
powers?
is it x plus?
Because
No, like
we can
if
say that
it
it is
is.
odd or even.
Okay, okay.
You should be worrying about odd or even, nothing else. I told you in the
Okay.
starting, you can't get the exact polynomial, okay? Just
Yeah.
by seeing it. You can just get an idea. How many roots are there?
3.
3 distinct roots.
3 distinct roots, okay. Okay. Okay, let's
So
start.
x plus
Should I
1
solve
whole
this?
square.
Should I solve this or will you try?
So x plus 1 whole square, x minus 1 whole cube, x minus 2, x plus 2, x minus 2.
Yeah, correct. This is correct. Yeah.
And one more thing, whatever the even or odd number that you are taking, okay, that should be minimum. See, okay, let's better to give the options. Otherwise, somebody will come and tell that
Yes, sir.
I'll be
Yes, sir.
taking this is the even number. I'll be taking my like some 16. Okay, so better to give the options. The options are here. Some A, product of A multiply with x plus 1, x minus 1, and x minus 2. 1, 2, 3. The second option is x plus 1, minus 3.
3, 1.
3, 1, 2. The third option is A, x plus 1, x minus 1, and x minus 2. 1, 3, 2. Tell me which of the all following options is correct.
3.
C.
So
Option
third
3.
option.
Third
Excuse
option,
me,
sir.
sir.
Option
Yeah.
3.
Sir, we can also find stretch factor here, right?
Hey, stretch factor they won't ask. Because see, from the stretch in the last session also I told you, right? To get the stretch factor, the exact information should be available. Okay. See, what's the problem in this type of question? A stretch factor is basically you have to calculate the coefficient. Okay. And if the exact information is not been given, you'll not be able to find, because see in the activity question what was given is the plot was given, but the plot can have at that time now if you have something like this, if this is an even number, it's quite possible that it can 4 also, because the exact information is not been given, right? So that's why in the last session also I told there is something that is missing. Okay, the exact okay, you can get the answer, that is for sure. The option, because you can just put out the minimum number. You can put the where there is there is a bounce up, you can just write the minimum even number, and whenever it's crossing, you can write 1. Okay, but that's not the exact that's a holistic consider. That's why I've given you the option here, because somebody can come and can tell that x plus 1, I'll write it 4 here. What can you do there? You can't do anything, right? Because from the information you are not able to get the material. Please mute yourself. Okay. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Harshvardhan and Shweta, please mute your.
If this is anybody has any doubt in this problem,
Yes, I won't
telling you
understand this
to practice whatever the questions I've discussed today,
one.
maybe 7, 8 problems that you have discussed. Go and practice that again. Okay, and that will suffice for week 3 and 4. Oh, SSC I have to discuss, right? SSC. Okay, one more thing I have to discuss.
Yes, sir.
Sir,
Yes.
when we
SSC.
can get this lecture recorded in YouTube?
Sir,
It's
can you repeat
already
last
going live,
question?
right?
Hello, sir.
Okay, last question. Yeah.
Sir, in the last, like yesterday lecture, the recording is not provided, like access is denied. So can you please tell the instructor to
Okay,
like
last
allow?
session was the TA session, so I don't know whether the recording will be provided or not, because only the session that was done by us only gets
So
recorded.
yeah, yesterday night it was old question paper discussion, right? So it was
Okay,
recorded.
I'll ask them whether the recording is
No,
available.
that
If the
was
recording is
by
available,
the
we'll
TA.
upload it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
It was recorded.
Okay, so if there is the record, I'll ask the TAs. Okay, if the recording is available, I'll upload it. Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you.
sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Sir, in the mock question, last two question answers are marked wrong.
Okay, maybe quite possible.
Sir,
The
can you
answer can
repeat?
be
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
The answer can be wrong. Do not worry about that. So this question is: do you want me to discuss this?
Hello.
Do you want me to discuss this problem?
SSC question.
No, sir.
No. Okay, I'll just skip it. Then SSC. Let's come to the SSC.
Sir,
What is the full
excuse
form
me,
of this?
like I asked about the mock
Yes, sir.
test because it's said in
Sum
the mock test
square
that it is
error.
considered for grading.
Sir, I have a
Sum
doubt.
square
Can I
error.
ask? Some square.
So in the mock test thing, I asked because it said in there that it is considered for grading. So if a question is marked with the wrong answer, then it will affect your mark, right? Right, sir?
Who told you mock is for grading?
It's written there, sir, at the top.
Bonus
that
marks,
this
not
has,
grading.
Okay, the bonus mark is just to attempt. If you are attempting that, that itself will give you the marks. Okay.
okay, sir.
It's just
It
to
was just
attempt.
written
You
that
have
the
to
final
attempt all the
submission will
questions.
be
You have to
considered
attempt
for
all the
grading.
questions. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Sir, I have a
Thank you.
question. Can I ask?
Now just discuss SSC and then we are
Sir,
done.
can you
already.
repeat last question first?
Okay.
We continue with this.
See, last questions. You just have to check what are the roots. What is the root of this equation? How many roots are there? Whoever has asked the doubt, just let me know. What are the root of this equation?
4, sir. 4 root.
Hey, how can 4 roots be there? This is not the root,
Sir,
right?
3
X
roots, sir.
3 roots are there only. Okay. Wherever the point the polynomial or the equation is touching the x-axis or crossing the x-axis, that will be the root of the polynomial. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So at 3 values, this is touching the x-axis or crossing the x-axis, right?
Yes, sir.
What are the values?
X plus 1, x minus 1, or x minus 2.
Minus 2? Plus 2 or minus 2?
2 plus 2.
Yeah, 1, 2 and minus 1.
Yes.
So these are the roots. Now you have to check the multiplicity. How do you check the multiplicity at this point? At minus 1, what is the multiplicity at minus 1? Is it an even number or odd number?
Even,
Even number.
Even,
Because it's a bouncing off, right? It's going there and touching and coming back. So it is bouncing off.
Yes,
at
sir.
second point at 1, 0, it is crossing or not? At 1, 0, the plot is crossing or not? Crossing. So if this is crossing, odd number. And again at 2, is it crossing or touching just? Just touching or crossing?
Crossing.
Crossing. That means also it's an odd number. So you can check from the options. Wherever you are able to get this 3 combination, you can mark that. Is it clear?
Yes,
Sir, it can be any even number, right? Not necessarily.
So that's why I given the option, right?
Yes.
Okay, let's discuss SSE. What is SSE? What's the full form of this?
Sum of
squared error.
Sum of. So you have to calculate first error, square it, and do the summation. This is what you have to do in SSE.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. So what? See, in the childhood, you would have done some experiment in chemistry lab or wherever you have done some physics lab. So basically, you have some model that has been defined by some scientist. Okay. So some model has been already defined. Let's, for example, V is equal to IR. So the voltage will be equal to current into resistance. Okay. But whenever you check that, whenever you have X and Y, right? So you can have any model, Y equals to mx plus c. This is the model that is theoretical defined, that is written in your book. But whenever you do the practical experiment, you get some different value, right? Some difference. There will be slight error, or you can say the slight difference between the theoretical and the practical value, right? Whenever you're putting x1, x2, and x3, whenever you're putting the value here, so from the theoretical value, you should be getting some different value, y cap. But the given information that you get after doing the practical, after performing that practical, you are getting some y values, right? So y1, y2, and y3, according to your x and y. But that y cap will be y cap that you are getting it from your information that you have already available, the theoretical value that you have already available. So from here you will be getting some y cap, y2 cap, and y3 cap. So there will be some error between that, right? Whenever you are performing the information, like performing the experiment from your side, and the information, the y cap that you are getting according to the bookish value, okay, or you can say the theoretical value, there will be a slight difference between the both. Okay, so what you can do is you can just subtract it. So you have to basically, what was the form from the whenever you the sum of the squared error, right? So whenever from the name itself it is clear that you are just calculate the error. So first you have calculating the error y cap minus y1 cap minus y1. Do the square. So and to calculate for the other values also. Basically you have to calculate the error for all the values and then do the summation. So y2 cap minus y2 plus y3 ka cap minus y3.
This is what you have to do to get the sum of a squared error. Okay, in the not in the maths one, the different whenever you'll move to the maths to an MLF machine learning courses and all, you'll be going through many other metric. Okay, like mean square error or different types of metric you'll be reading. Here you're just going through the sum square error. So basically, you have to calculate the error. You can be asked to minimize the error. Okay, so what you can do is just check at which point the value will be minimum, or maybe differentiate it, equate it to 0 to get the value. So there can be some modification in this, but basically the first thing that you have to calculate is the sum of square error. How will you calculate? Calculate it from the information that is given x and y, and then the theoretical the model that has been given. Okay, calculate at each point of value at each x, and then subtract it to get the error. Square it and sum. You'll get the square error, sum of square error. Is this clear to you?
Okay, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So practice this one. You'll be getting the question from here for sure. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah.
Yes.
So we are done with this week, whole 4 weeks, and whatever the questions that I have discussed in the previous session also, and today also, all together I would have discussed some 15 to 16 questions. Those are all pretty simple. Just go through that once more. That's it, and that will help you. I don't think so there will be any problem in solving the quiz question. Those are like very easy to moderate questions. You'll be able to solve that.
Sir, I missed
Do
out
not
the
stress
fourth
upon the practice question and all. Like some of the practice questions are that difficult that you will be facing the issues, but you can skip those questions. Those are just for the practice that you would have solved it earlier. If you haven't solved, okay, do not worry about that. Just solve the previous term, that is 1-2 paper, and whatever the question that we have discussed today. That is more than sufficient to solve all the problems for the quiz paper.
Excuse me, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, sir.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, I have doubts in graded and mock assignment. So where should I discuss?
Mock is you have one more session with the TS. You can discuss it there. Okay, I guess today
TS
evening
will
or
be
tomorrow you have.
TS will be solving old question paper.
So you can ask one mock. Mock has already been discussed, I guess, somewhere. I'm not sure where it has been discussed.
Sir,
Sir,
today I missed some questions.
Sir, I have doubts in last questions.
Graded, the solution is already available, right? You can just check it there. Graded solution is already uploaded, right?
Oh, yes, sir.
Right. Yeah, you can check it there.
Sir, I missed some 4 questions in between, like after third questions today. So third or fourth question, can you share somewhere?
No, you
the
can watch it
question?
on the YouTube. You can watch it on YouTube, right?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. The slide will be uploaded. I guess I'll upload the slide, but it will not be uploaded the whatever I have written it today, because that is already, like, I was just scheduling. Okay, so maybe I was deleting in between. So I'll just upload the PDF that I have already prepared, the slide that I came with the previous. Okay, I'll just upload that one. It will not be getting your questions won't be there that I was writing here, but yeah, that for that question you can just go to the YouTube videos. Or maybe
Sir.
Yeah.
The solution has not been.
Sir, can you, sir, upload the, sir, May term and Jan term question paper, sir, 2023, sir?
I'll just ask the team to upload that, okay?
Okay, sir.
Jane, okay, May term and January term. Okay.
Where will it be uploaded, sir?
Portal itself. It will be on the portal. The supplementary content will be there.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So
Week 4.
All the best, everyone. Just go and practice at least this 5-10 questions that we have discussed, and that is more than sufficient. Just go and practice the other subjects also. Statistics, I guess you have, CT you have, and then English also you have, right? So practice those. Maths, if you are able to at least solve all the problems from the revision session that we have discussed, I guess your preparation is well and you'll be able to solve. Some 1-2 questions will be there that can I already told you, right? That will be in the form of paragraphs. Okay, so you have to read the paragraph nicely and then extract the information from there. Maximum 1-2 questions will be there out of 10-11 questions that's available. Okay, so altogether 16-17 questions will be there, but 10 questions with some subheading, some sub part of the questions.
Total marks का paper होगा?
Questions will be of 50 marks, 50.
Okay, sir.
Sir, the graded assignment week 4 has not been uploaded. Solution has not been uploaded.
What is not uploaded?
Graded assignment week 4.
Solution.
Yeah.
Okay, it will be uploaded by like in an hour. Okay.
Sir.
Okay,
sir.
Yeah.
Sir. is the date for the week 5 graded assignment will be increased,
What is the
sir?
deadline now? What is the deadline now?
1 of November.
1st November.
Yes, sir.
So after quiz, you have 2 days, right? You can solve that. But I'm not sure whether it will be extended or not. But hopefully it will be extended. But I can't guarantee that. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Yes,
Yeah.
Sir, is the session concluded now?
Yeah, it is done. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Okay, then.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, please explain a question of mock assignment. Means it's only approach.
So the problem is I don't have the mock questions. Okay, so I am using my tab. Okay, my laptop is not open, so that's why I can't open. That's why I'm telling you I can't get any question from the portal. And what is the question? Can you just tell me what's the question?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Sir, there is a.
Okay, or better.
Sir, there is a question that
Do you use Discord?
suppose.
Do you
Hello?
use Discord?
You can ask in the TS system.
Yeah,
Excuse
TS
me,
system
sir.
is also there. And do you use Discourse or discussion forum?
Sir.
Okay.
Discussion forum you can put it there. Okay, or
Okay, sir.
Discourse, and
And
the Discourse also you can use like.
okay, sir. And sir, mock solution will be available now after some times.
Yes.
Mock
sir.
solution I'm not sure, but the graded solution will be uploaded today. Mock solution I need to ask the team whether the mock solution is prepared or not. Okay.
Excuse me, sir.
Okay.
Sir,
Yeah.
sir, I
Sir,
have a tough.
which area? All area same question, na percentage? Week 1,
All
week 2,
area.
week 3, week 4.
But most, like I told you, right? Week 3 and 4 are most important. Like most important means like you'll be getting the question where you'll be see from week 2. There can be, I told you, like 2-3 questions I've discussed where you'll be using the concept of week 2 to solve week 3 question.
Actually, previous year according question, I think week 1, 2, 3 question, cardinality function and range domain.
The same type of questions will be there. So those are the concepts that I didn't discuss in week 1, right? I told you in the starting the cardinality is important. Like what the properties of the set is important. The properties of the relation, the 2-3 relation that we have discussed, reflexive, symmetric, and the transitive. And then you should be knowing the functions. Okay, the basic function, the quadratic equation or the linear equation, whether it's onto, into, or surjective, bijective, or this all information that you should be knowing. And then from the second week, the basic concept about how to calculate the slope of a straight line and all. SS is very important. And then from week 3 quadratic equation, the basic question that we have discussed today. And for the polynomial, like number of turns, what are the number, maybe the equation has been given, then you need to get the plot has been given, then you need to pick out the polynomial, which of the polynomial is correct or not. So this type of information will be there. Other questions will be there. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Okay, so wherever you are
Thank you,
finding
sir.
it, so difficulty, you can just post it on a discussion forum or the Discord, okay? Or maybe you can mail me. I have already given you the mail ID.
Sir, actually 80%, question easy area, no?
90% will be easier only. Only one question or 2 questions out of 11 or like 15-16 questions are there. 1 or 2 questions.
Suppose 50 marks your score in 48 lump sum. Approximate.
That depends on how do you solve in that. Like even the easier problem will be doing the mistake in the exam.
Oh, just like trick.
Yeah. Okay. Is it done? Should I close the session?
Yes, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Bye,
Thanks
sir.
everyone and all the best.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Bye.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Is anyone here from